talk a lot and we like to talk fast. Universal recovery. Something good for everybody. Oh, universal recovery. Universal recovery. Helping the world to be free.
Universal recovery. Universal recovery. Now, I have got some real bad news today, ladies and gentlemen. Serenity Sam cannot make it, I'm afraid. Only joking! How can I do a show without you, Serenity?
You're a big kidder, you are.
Show without you?
Oh,
you know what? I'm wearing this jacket. Yeah, I feel like back in the day when I was gangster. I used to walk like this. Yeah, like what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I feel like a roadman.
Yeah. See
How you
it,
doing,
see it.
Serenity?
Friggin'. Oh. I am brilliant. I'm living the dream, living the life. So grateful, full of appreciation, all day, every day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so good.
Oh, beautiful. Well, look. I mean, this is Christmas week, man. This is Christmas week, and before we carry on, I want to tell the viewers that we're doing a special Christmas edition of Universal Recovery, which will be at 4 p.m. on Christmas Day, 4 p.m. straight after the Queenie's speech. So eat your turkey, eat your lamb, eat your chicken, eat whatever you want to eat your nut roast if you're a vegan. And at 4 p.m., myself and Serenity Sam are doing a special Christmas edition of Universal Recovery at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Yes.
So it's spirituality gone wild. Yeah.
Saf, I've got an idea as well for it. I haven't told you about it yet, but I'm going to say it now. I'd quite like to sing some of my recovery songs and talk about them and the message in them. What do you reckon?
Oh, I love that.
It'd be fun. It'd be fun. Yeah, bring some music in. Yeah. Because I've written all these songs when I first got clean, all about getting clean, about being clean, about finding a higher power and all this stuff. And so, they're really they're interesting songs to listen to and to dissect and analyze. That would be quite good to do that. Something different.
Lovely. Well, look, we've today's a show where we've opened up for guests to join us. Okay, so we've got a couple of guests in the green room waiting to join. So what are we talking about today, Serenity Sam? What are we talking about?
I think it's good to talk about what the mindset is to stay clean over Christmas. I mean, let's face it, it's one of the hard.
I thought we were talking about resentment. I thought we were talking about resentment, being resentful and stuff.
All part of it, isn't it? It's all part of it. Being resentful to stay clean, resentful staying clean Christmas Day when everyone else is doing the biz. And how do you get through that? Yeah, and let's talk about resentments and how dangerous they are, and what a bad idea it is to be brewing in resentment. Let's do it. Yeah, it's good.
It's
and
good,
hello,
man.
everybody.
Well, I mean,
by the way,
resentment.
Sorry, Saf. I am now on my Serenity Sam profile on Facebook, so I can see your messages. So I just want to say hello to all my friends out there. Thank you so much for being here. And if you've got any questions, we would love to try and tackle them and do our best to give you some sort of a sound answer. So I'm also clocking it on my phone. So if anybody is there and wants to say anything, we will bring your question up. Sorry, Saf, go on.
No, that's cool, man. And obviously you can join live. So we've got Iram in the green room right now. She'll be joining us in a bit. But before we get all the guests on, let's talk a bit about resentment. And it's quite dangerous, isn't it? Being resentful when you're in recovery. When you're in recovery, because you know what? That can take you right back to a relapse, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
That can take you right back. Being resentful about something. That would do my nothing. Have you? Isn't that dangerous, Sam?
So dangerous. Like one of the things they say in the AA book is that, we cannot afford this murderous rage anymore. We've just got to give it up. We've got to get past it somehow and come back to some sort of thinking that helps us be more at peace. Because really resentments are the number one killer for us addicts. So dangerous to be brewing on something, some horrible, horrible thoughts going through your head about something that's gone wrong or something someone said or something someone did that you didn't like, and just replaying it and replaying it and replaying it. It's one of the things that we do when we're using. We replay these scenarios of fatalistic thinking in our mind, and they just cause us to go back and just want to just and be an anesthetic on it, because it's so horrible to be in that energy.
Yeah, man.
One of the worst.
I mean, most addicts, most alcoholics, that we have a PhD in holding on to stuff. Massive PhD. It's so easy
Absolutely.
for us. Yeah, it's so easy for us to convince that our problems are not our own. It's everyone else's fault. Yeah, it's because of you I do this. And one tries to stuff the perceived wrongdoing deep down into the cavities of one's mind. You get me?
Yeah.
And it's the feelings of resentment, the feelings of hurt, the feelings of anger. It all comes out. And then we take it out on the drink and drugs. Yeah, and that's the whole cycle of this addiction.
And it's really the wild thing as well is about in recovery, these resentments are they're like these doorways to your deeper heart. I would love to tell just a really quick little story, Saf, a really quick story. I had a really, really,
go on.
really, I had a bad resentment about my father, right? Because we were, smacked around a bit. My father was a great man, but he was also old school. So, we used to get spanked over the knee, and my father had a temper. He had mental health problems as well. And so I built up a lot of resentments, and my mother really disliked my father as well. Okay, so that didn't help. They had a really rocky relationship. Very different as people. And so anyhow, the long and short of it was I told my father that I was going to disown him and that I was disowning him. Maybe I was about 8 years clean or something. I decided that I was just enough is enough. I want to get all toxic people out of my life, and I was just going to have nice people in my life. And I told him I didn't want to speak to him. Right. And 3 years passed. And I did the 12 steps again. And I did all the steps again, and it came up to the amends. And I tell you what, through working the steps and working on myself and working on letting go, my higher power came in very, very clearly and released this resentment. And I had a great willingness to make amends. And I rang 3 years later. I rang up and I said to my dad, "Hello." And my father said, Samantha, is that you? Is that you? I have never been so happy in my life that you have called. You have made my day. And I swear to God, everything just melted at that moment in time. And I tell you what, Saf, from that day forward, that relationship with my father has been like protected by the divine. Not once has he said anything out of order. Not once has he upset me. He has become this most amazing friend of mine. The most amazing friend of mine. I didn't realize how much he loved me. I didn't realize how much that he was just his own person, and he was just a quirky man that did funny things in funny ways. And that he was just, didn't have spiritual training, any of this stuff, and I let it all go. I just let it all go, Saf. And this is the power of recovery. Making amends with my father was one of the biggest hurdles on my spiritual journey. It was one of the biggest things I was holding on to that hatred was holding me back. I just wanted to tell that little story of hope. It was an incredible thing, but everything had to just align for me. Definitely. Just phenomenal. That is a miracle. It was. Thank you for listening to that,
Wow,
because
thanks.
it was
Yeah,
phenomenal.
thanks for sharing that. Shall we have our first guest on?
Yes.
Shall we bring her in?
Yes.
Let's bring her in, and I'm gonna bring her in now, and let's get her right. How do I do this? Iram, hi Iram, how are you?
I'm miserable.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you want to ask us any questions, or ask Serenity Sam maybe? Serenity
can
Sam,
do.
Iram said she's miserable, so
Well, she might not be in the right place to hear any answers.
Well, the thing is,
tell us why you're miserable, Iram.
because I had a big quarrel with my ex-husband, and he's still very much powerful on me. I put him on the pedestal. Still,
Are you holding resentment towards him?
yes. So that what Sam
Serenity
was
Sam, let me just,
saying,
yeah. I know
what Sam
Iram
was
quite
saying
well,
actually resembles
Sam.
with
I know
me.
Iram.
Yeah.
What's that, Iram? What did you say?
I just
said that your story actually very much it makes sense, and I had relationships like that, and I'm still, I don't know how to describe them, in severe depression at the moment.
I think it's just taking one thing at a time, Iram. You know, we can't fix it all at once. And one thing is for sure. Have you been able to put down your substances at all? Are you still activating it? Are you still within it?
I'm not today, but then I still drink 2 glasses of wine.
It might be affecting,
Absolutely.
your mind at the moment. So it's very hard to make decisions when we're still under the influence, and it really is a case of listening to other people that have actually been able to find some clean time, even just a few days, and listening to other people and finding that strength to sort of get it a bit out your system and let the mind clear. Because personally, when I'm under the influence, I'm a very different person. I'm much more sensitive, much more sensitive.
You're very right.
So it's first things first, and try not to give yourself too much of a hard time. We have all been in the grips of this addiction, and we know what it's like to be right where you are feeling right now. And that's why we just want to keep on giving you hope that things do get better. But you have to do it for yourself. You have to do it for yourself. You have to care. You have to care about yourself enough to do it.
First thing first come, I have to take care of myself.
Yes.
Because I have 2 young daughters. I mean, one of them is a teenager, and the other one is coming to 10. And actually, tomorrow I made myself a treat. So I'm going to the hairdressers.
Oh,
and the next day, and it's my birthday on the Boxing Day.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you. And they will be coming. I mean, today is what? Tuesday. They'll be coming on Thursday.
Yeah, it's a lot. Christmas is a lot for us to deal with as well, so it's a case
Would you
of
like
just
to see my Christmas tree?
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful. It's lovely.
This is my hope.
It's lovely. So lovely. So, you know, as soon as you feel better, other people don't matter so much what they say and do. You know, I'm married. I'm married to a man, and you know, he says and does things all the time that are just like ridiculous. You know, but the stronger you get, the happier and cheerier you become, and these things just don't affect us as much as they used to. But for me, I have really had to give up substances to get clear mind. I know she's gone. But she might have got that tail end. What about you, Saf? What do you have to say?
Yeah, sorry, my internet is really playing up, so everyone's just cracking up. I'm pretty sure it's mine. So if you can't hear me properly or if I'm cracking up, I do apologize. Iran might be coming on. Let's see if she comes back on, but let's get us back on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know Iran personally. We've done some work together, and I don't want to say too much because that's up to her what she says. But yeah, she's trying hard, but I think resentment is such a big thing that Iran needs to dissolve. Iran needs to overcome,
Mm.
and with that anger and sadness, for her,
Yeah.
sadness is a big catalyst. Is a big catalyst for relapse and for drinking heavily. Iram is back, so I'm going to add her on. We've got Iram. We'll have you on for another 5 minutes, and then we've got other guests to come. Hi, Iram. Hiya.
Yeah,
Welcome back. We lost you for a little while.
because of my the website said that I changed my Wi-Fi.
I would just like to say a little bit more, Iram, about my past ever so slightly. That, you know, I had the worst resentment in the world about my child's father, who was alcoholic. And it was a big part of my going down mentally as well. Like a big part of me getting very depressed. And I was doing lots of drugs as well, trying to, you know, just manage my mind, because I had a terrible hatred and it's for me, watching a man stand there drunk holding my child was the cutoff point of anything. Like, I just thought he does not deserve 1 ounce of respect or love from me, and I was so upset at myself for getting myself in this position with this guy, and my whole head just took off. And I think I personally needed something as terrible as that to kick me into recovery. So, I mean, I personally went to Al Anon, which is Friends and Families of Alcoholics, for 3 years to sort my head out, because my hatred was so bad. I was just using on it. I was using the situation of my child's father to get into the vortex of hell, worse and worse. And it was very difficult to break it. I tell you what, a mother's love to her child, you are messing with serious stuff there, serious emotions. I don't know if this is resonating on any level. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, you know, we're talking the same language here.
Yeah.
You know, when you start messing with the children as a mother, and you're giving your love over to this man, trying to entrust him with your life and your security and everything else, you know, all sorts of things. And when they're messing about, I understand it. I really do. But still, I had to let go. And I tell you what, my process of letting go of my ex-partner, I was terrified of him and the emotions I had around it. There's no two ways about it. He seemed to have this power over me. He seemed to have this power over my anxiety. I don't know what it was. I don't know, what some really bad energy was going on, really bad energy. And I tell you what, after a couple of years in Al-Anon, he called me up and he was being an idiot. And I tell you what, I put the phone down on him, and it was the most empowering moment of my life, because I did not take it anymore. I put my foot down and put the phone down and did not take it anymore. And for me, that was a massive turning point for me. It took a long time. Don't get me wrong, Iram. It took me years to get to the point where I had the courage to have the courage.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need support and help to get through these ideas and these things. It's not easy.
When we're talking about the law of attraction, right? We were opposite. We were all the same language. So the magnets not.
I hear you, Saf.
I hear you too.
Yeah, my internet is really not good today, I'm afraid.
It's okay. It's
I
still
don't know
rolling
what's
along quite
happening,
nicely.
but
It's still rolling
thank you for
along.
that. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, the show must go on, and thank you very
Yeah.
much for looking after Iram. Iram, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We'll hopefully see you later again. Yeah, so I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I
Am
can
I
hear
cutting
you.
out in any way, or is it just?
No, you look fine. You look perfect.
Can you
That's
see me as
absolutely.
well?
Yeah, I can see you. I can hear you.
Yeah, then it's definitely my side. Yeah, it's definitely my side, and it's really, really annoying. And I'm getting some resentment here, Serenity Sam. I'm getting some real hardcore resentment because my internet is not working. Real resentment, man. I might have to. I feel like I'm going to use. No, obviously not. This is you know when you got resentment, right? And you think I might as well just get on it. I might as well just get on it because it's so easy to do that. It's like an excuse. I remember when I said resentment against my wife, resentment against my children, straight away, bang, phone the dealer. Let's get on it. Bang, pow, pow. What can you do to stop you from phoning your dealer? What can you do from stop you to going to that off license and getting a bottle of whiskey? What can you do to stop getting on it when you have resentment? What do you advise on that, Serenity Sam?
I think it's a process. I don't think that, I think that you need to go somewhere a bit like, 12 steps or something else, whatever's out there. You have to start unpicking it from the start. And you have to start then realizing there are ways to break it. You have to be incredibly open about what those ways are. You have to be incredibly open. Listen to other recovering addicts and their resentments and how they dealt with it. You'll find 1,000 stories. There'll be all sorts of stories of, I got my own stories that, early on in recovery, I'd only just got clean. I was only at that point where I was still just really finding my feet and literally having that day where it's like, am I going to go left? Am I going to go home? Or am I going to go right? Am I going to go to the dealers? And I stood there and I prayed to my higher power and I thought about the people in the meeting and what they've been saying. And I knew it was suggested to just let it pass. Let it pass. Just let that feeling pass. Just ride through it. Go home and cry. Go home and call someone in the program and tell them that your head has fallen off. They will help you get back online. They'll help get you back on track. And then it's past. And then you feel really good. You think, holy my God, I was able to walk through that. I have been in toilets, right, ringing my sponsor saying my head has fallen off and I need some guidance. My head is absolutely fried. I cannot think sanely at all at this moment in time. I need positivity to come at me. Many times, Saf, hundreds of times in the beginning. That's why we need each other. We need to get them phone numbers. We need to call each other and support each other in this. I feel as though it's incredibly difficult to do it on your own, but that's just my opinion.
I think you're right. I think you're right. It's very difficult doing your own. You need support around you. You need connection. I think connection is a massive thing, especially when you're feeling resentful. You need someone you can talk to. You can reach out, and that will reduce the chances of you actually getting on it or getting a drink. I think that's really important. But you know what? Now today, when I'm resentful, Serenity Sam, I don't even think about picking up or using at
No.
all. I just don't think about it. I think I've got this spiritual being now. I've got this spiritual fitness within me that it doesn't even cross my mind anymore. It doesn't even cross my mind. Of course, we get angry. You know about the big book, living life on life's terms, and that's so true. You got to live. Life will not change because you've changed. Life will always remain the same, right? I've had deaths during COVID. Yeah, if I back in the day, I would have used on that.
Oh,
I would have been
absolutely.
resentful and angry that someone close to me has passed away. Do you know what I mean? I've had people
We'll
leave
use
me,
on
shower
anything.
me. I've had
We'll
my
use
wife
on
be angry with me.
anything. We use on anything. You use if you're happy. You use if you're sad. You use if you're rich. You use if you're poor. You use if you're feeling good, and you use if you're sick. You use because you use. You use. Right? And what I want to say as well, I just got to get into there with the law of attraction. Okay, let's just get on this a bit.
No, I was waiting for that, Serenity Sam. I was waiting for that.
If you have been, if we, you, I, all of us, if you have been stoking the fire of a resentment, right, it will be strong. It's some strong stuff, that, right? It has magnetized to your head, to your mind, and it is so strong, you can't just let it go. You have built that monster. You have built it thought by thought by thought. And now it's got you by the throat, you know? And what you need to do is start slowly unpicking it. Like everything. That's why we can still get these things in life, like me and Saf, because we have stoked the fire of positive thinking. So that is now bigger. That thought of let it go, because we've practiced let it go, not let's make it worse. We have practiced let it go and bring back the peace. These thoughts, we have thought these thoughts 1,000 million times, right? So they've grown bigger. So they now counteract any of these other wonky, the stuff becomes smaller or disappears entirely. So by the law of attraction, whatever we think about increases. So if you've had a real issue with somebody and you have been thinking that thought a good few 1,000 times, it will have grown. So you can't just let it go.
I've got a few messages from probably our regular of all regulars, Kimberly, and she says that's amazing. Thanks for sharing. She had a moment this morning, and she removed the negative energy. She says breathe and give yourself love. And she's also
Yes.
saying happy birthday. This is to Iram for next week. Well, for a couple of days.
Oh.
Merry Christmas. I can see you perfectly. I can hear you too. Thank Kimberly. We love you. You come from a place of love, and we hope you continue doing what you're doing, and you're doing so well. And I don't mean that in a
Absolutely.
facetious way or the way of the peasantful. We're all in together. We're all together. We
Yeah,
work in
man.
communion. We go together and support each other. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but Iram, you're in the green room, but we can't see you. Until I can see you, I can't bring you back. So please try and sort your internet out, because I think you you touched on some really important points, and I think, you know what, you can get through this, Iram. I know you can. We know you can. Iram's gone for the time being, but it doesn't matter.
Well,
Serenity Sam, where you
Saf,
at? Where you at? Oh, you're back. Yeah, I love your Lara Croft look today.
Oh, thank you. Yes. But I just wanted to say,
I hope you ain't got an AK-47 underneath you. What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
I'm so glad that I never got
Uh,
into guns. It's
this
such
is
a good thing. But I just wanted to say that, like,
guys, please come on.
if you are
Yeah, go on.
here, if you are in this, or if you are doing it right now, just gotta know that there's no, like, out there and like beyond. It's like, if you are here or you are thinking along these lines and you are seeking out people like me and Saf, you are working it. and you're doing the best you can right here, right now. And that's got to be good enough. And each day builds into more and more. Each day, we just can't believe it ourselves half the time. We sit around and go, oh my God, how did 18 years clean time happen? Or how did 16 years happen? How did 1 month happen of clean time? And it really comes from doing it, like just being willing to do it, whatever level it's at that you think that you're at this moment in time. It's just that willingness is everything. It's absolutely everything. So well done. Just absolutely well done. For anyone who has found us and is sticking around and you're doing it, and you still got all the problems, still got the husbands and the children and everything else going off, but you are still doing it. And just remember that. So good. Love it.
We're all good. We're all good in the hood. We're all good in the hood. So look, these distressing times, and I'm in tier 4, you're in tier 4. For people around the world who don't know what tier 4 is, we're stuck. We're isolated. We're in isolation. We're in prison in our own home. We can't go nowhere. We can't even fly out of the country anymore. There's going to be a lot of resentment, especially for people like us. People who have been alcoholics and addicts, or still are, whatever it is, whatever you want to label yourself as. We're going to be resentful at this time. I know I am. And I'm grateful that we've got platforms like this where I can still share the message.
I'm not at all. I looking the thing to get
You
over
love it, innit? You love
it. You do. The thing about getting over resentments is seeing the blessing in it. Gotta see the blessing in it. It's seeing the blessing in it, right? It's like, be the opportunist that sees the good side of everything. This is an amazing opportunity to grow. This is an amazing opportunity to come into yourself and practice your practices, to be reading, to be getting centered, to be seeking out leaders and spiritual people. This is an amazing time of discovery, and when everything is meant to be, it will be. You'll be flying off. You'll be doing this. You'll be doing that. You'll be seeing that person. And, at the moment, see everything as like an opportunity to do something different. Do something different. You know what I did this year? Listen, guys. Do you think people that are like working over at SpaceX are sitting around moaning about having to wear a mask or something? They're firing friggin' rockets out there right now. They don't care about tier this and that. They're out there doing their thing, right? I know we've got restrictions, don't get me wrong, but for me, I don't fight against it. Everyone's doing the best they can. Everyone is doing the best they can, right? Listen, I have no idea about this virus, what's going on with it. Do you know what I mean? Listen, you don't want to even listen to the media. Make up your own mind about it. Just make yourself safe. And do the best you can with it, and see it as an opportunity to give more, to love more, to be just part of wherever you are. I think the energy is amazing around this, Saf. I think it's fabulous. I know I'm a very different sort of person, and I look at things in a very different way. And resentments just hold us back. Get rid of your resentments as quickly as possible in whatever way you can, and make way for the good. Because every second that you are wasting on a resentment or in that place of energy, that terrible energy, you are not working on being an amazing whoever you are. What are you? What do you want to do? What do you want to work on? You should be working on it, not sitting around resenting your grandmother. Sorry, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, you know what? Look, I'm going to bring Iran back in for the last 5 minutes to ask any questions. Please take care of her, because I can't hear anything. My internet is I'm really getting resentful here. Iran, you're back.
Hello.
Iran, hi, Iran. We've got a few minutes
Whatever you
left. We
have
lost you.
said,
Welcome back.
Well,
Serenity
I
Sam
have
will
to
look after you
change
because my internet is
my
not good.
Wi-Fi. I have problems as well because everybody is at home and everybody is using the Wi-Fi. That's why.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I'm so glad that I joined the group today. And whatever you have said was wonderful, and Saf as well. I moved back from London to Istanbul just recently, and then this COVID thing came, and we have curfews all over the weekend. And although I'm doing my walks, because during the weekdays, I mean, they have to be more stronger actually per government, because COVID cases are increasing, and I'm a smoker, and I was 15 days sober actually.
That is fabulous.
Yeah.
That is
And
an amazing achievement.
I think so too. I mean,
Absolutely.
my
Going
most
one day is amazing. 15 is like a miracle.
I know.
So listen, Aram, just forgetting about everything that's going on out there, right? We have no control over any of that, really. We have no real control.
My mind wants to control.
Yes,
all
we
the
always
time.
do. But what are you going to do over the next little chunk of time for yourself?
I mean, tomorrow I'm going to the hairdressers, and then the
Nice.
next day, my girls will be coming with my cousin and my cousin's daughters.
Do you
So
get
it's
along
an
with them all
early.
fine? Do you get along with everybody okay?
Oh yes, absolutely.
So that's going to be a really nice time.
Yeah, we will order from outside. We will have some takeaway. Not takeaway. Drop in rather.
Yes.
And my cousin will be getting a nice cake.
Woo! Very nice.
My presents are a secret now.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very excited about my
Excellent.
presents, because my
Aw,
birthday would be on Saturday. As I said,
lovely.
26th, and I will be home alone.
Aram, the best thing that I feel as though for anybody that is starting out at the beginning is just to be so, so good to yourself. And I know maybe you feel as though that you shouldn't, but I really think you should just be as good to yourself as you can be. And just keep on being open. Just stay open to whatever happens, with that sort of idea that, yes, I would like to go
I'm
further
a
into
yogi,
well-being.
and I go to Pilates as well. And I'm trying to do as much as I can, but then nowadays I don't feel like I have any energy.
Well, then rest, rest, rest and, take some of the pressure off. Just take some of that pressure off. The pressure, it does not help us at all.
Absolutely.
Just take it so nice and easy. And, I just believe, once you've got the willingness to go forward with this stuff, everything will unfold as it's meant to. It's just having some sort of faith that it will.
Yes, I know that.
It will just unfold.
My most time over the 4 years was 4.5 months.
That is amazing.
I know how it feels, and I've been to the States too. Do you know in Florida there is a place called Ocean Drive?
No, I don't.
Anyways, I went there and I started yoga there, breath works, energy work.
You're doing
I've
so
done
well,
all the.
so
I'm
well.
I'm just doing my best, but then nowadays I think because of the COVID, because I'm a social person.
Yes.
I mean, I'm talking with my best girlfriends and with my male friends as well. And in Connecticut, we were saying that it's the first time of the snow.
Yeah.
So he's sober and he's supporting me so well.
Just
And
really,
I'm honest and do not lie.
we can't keep on focusing on what we cannot do. It'll drive you insane. It'll drive you crazy. You know?
Absolutely.
You don't want to keep on thinking about it because that is just another thing that just holds us back. There's so much we can do still. We can still live a beautiful life, even under these conditions. And the more that you can get yourself into alignment with your happiness under all conditions, you will find your freedom in this world.
Absolutely.
See,
Freedom.
listen,
Freedom
Irem,
is what I need.
I just want to say, and I'll say this to everybody, this whole COVID thing is the best thing that has happened to me in my life. I could do a whole show on what has happened to me since COVID and how it has absolutely pulled my life forward like 100%. Things have happened in COVID that never would have happened if COVID never happened. So, there's other stories out there, not of what you can't do, but what you can do. It depends on your mindset.
Absolutely. You're
So,
right.
you're creating your reality and you do not want to create a reality that is not pleasing to you.
Absolutely, because all I want is to drink.
And there's so much more to life than that. That's why it feels not right. That's why it feels off, because you are so much more. We love clarity. We love being very sure and feeling very happy. And we like real emotions as well.
Whatever you say makes sense and it sinks on me. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. So, Saf is gone now, and I think we have come to
Steph
the
is
end.
gone.
Yes.
I think so too.
So, I'll say goodbye to everybody, and thank you so much for being here. There are a few comments that have come on. Can I just, yeah. That's it. We are not professional counselors. We just want to say that as well. We are not professional counselors. We're only sharing our experience, strength, and hope. We can only speak from our own experiences as well. And of course, it's always recommended to, if you want to seek out other people with more medical experience to do that. But also, we are people that are saying that we did actually find our footing in addiction through peer support. I mean, I can't speak for Saf, but I'll speak for myself. I found it through peer support. So I'm from that tree, just to mention. I have done a few official things to do with counseling as well, but really, I'd like to say that it is peer support that has got me through. So anyhow, listen, everybody, thank you so much for being here. And we'll be back next week, same time. And thank you so much for all of your participation and for your comments. And, we will be thinking of you all over the holidays and just wishing you much strength to get through the best you can. And if anybody wants any more advice of where to go, what to do, we are here as well and could point you in some directions. And, just have an amazing, lovely holiday. Thank you so much. And we'll see you
Thank you.
soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.